Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire potential briefing for Thursday, October 10th. Looking at the satellite imagery, fair amount of high clouds and mid-level clouds moving across the area right now at a pretty good clip, indicative of the some of the higher winds aloft, and that's the big impact the next couple of days. Areas highlighted in orange, gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour and low humidity. A stray sprinkle not to be ruled out in the far north and west the next couple of days, but you can see a larger area of wind on Friday and confined more to eastern and southern areas on Saturday. So it'll be kind of active on some of our existing fires. Very spotty light precipitations on the radar, some of it not really reaching the ground, no lightning. We did have 9 fires, new fires for 172 acres, and another monster day of large fire growth of 18,899 acres, still at PL4 here at the Great Basin. And looking at observed precipitation, not much. The last 14 days, bone dry across the region. Our drought monitor has expanded. Not only do we have moderate drought in the light brown, but these orange shades indicate where severe drought has crept in both in the south and in the north, and even a little pocket of extreme drought into some of our western Wyoming areas. The flash drought indicator shows the very high values across parts of Wyoming and Idaho and into Utah as well. The ERC point map shows a lot of stations in the 90th to 97th percentiles across the region, and for that reason we have issued a fuels and fire behavior advisory for the entire Great Basin for how dry it's been in both the fine fuels and the larger, heavier fuels, and also for above normal fuel loading and the dryness, where you see this candy cane shape. And we look at the 100-hour fuels again, everything in the gold, it's in the upper single digits. Upper level map for today. We do have a kind of a front approaching, some moderate to locally strong winds, and you see the cold front defined here by the green, some good dry winds ahead of it. We have high risk here on the right, areas in orange where the winds and humidity will line up for critical fire weather conditions. On the left, you see those winds in the orange gusting close to 30 to 35 miles per hour. You see the low humidity on the right-hand side, single digits down south, teens in the central areas, low 20s in the north. That high risk for wind expands in coverage on Friday. We have a drier push of air and another front well offshore. You see the area of wind on the left expand, larger area of orange into Nevada, parts of Utah, and a good portion of Wyoming and the Wasatch areas, along with, again, very dry, unseasonable humidity. And the high risk continues again for winds in the southern half of the area in Utah. For a lot of areas, that dry condition. We do have a low pressure area, bring some clouds, maybe squeeze out a sprinkler or two, but really not looking at any organized precipitation. But we are looking at some good winds here in the orange, even the purple shades, and the humidity again unseasonably dry. So no significant precipitation on the large scale in the next 3 days. There'll be a kind of a dry low pressure area over the region underneath a big arc of high pressure, so we stay dry, but there'll be some spotty showers maybe starting to develop in parts of eastern Utah. Around the Four Corners, we see a few of our PSAs finally turn into the yellow, but there's more of a deeper elongated front on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it pushes eastwards, and some of the deeper moisture areas indicate there could be this time perhaps some spotty showers, and perhaps this could start initiating a pattern change where deeper lows and moisture come in off the Pacific. You see some of our PSAs here up in the Payette in northwest Nevada do experience some of that higher humidity, maybe some spotty showers. 7-day outlook. The precipitation forecast from the Weather Prediction Center does indicate a little bit more robust area of showers, maybe a low-end wetting rain, a couple hundredths to a tenth of an inch. We'll see confidence and timing a little low on this, but the 8 to 14 day on the right does show the indication of a pattern change with wetter conditions coming across northern and even central areas of the Great Basin, so perhaps starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.